Alright everyone, in this video I am going to demonstrate the easiest way to splint an isolated ankle fracture. So this would be used after you have assessed your patient, determined that they have no other injuries other than this ankle fracture that need to be treated. So we've assessed their foot and the rest of their leg. There's no fractures there. There's just this ankle fracture. Remember, anytime we do any kind of splinting, we should have two people, one person to do the splinting, one person to stabilize the injury. Unfortunately, I don't have a partner tonight, so I'm going to do it myself. So I will demonstrate how you should immobilize this, and then we're going to pretend that somebody's holding it while I splint this. So first thing we do for any fracture is we're going to check CMS. So I will locate my pedal pulse. If possible, I will mark it with a marker. That way I can find it easily later. It also makes the doctors at the hospital love you a little bit. Next, if my patient is conscious, I would have them wiggle their toes for me. And then without looking, have them tell me which toe I am touching. I always do either the big toe or the little toe, because how do you identify these middle toes? A lot of people have trouble distinguishing between them anyways. So big toe or little toe, which toe am I touching? So once we have determined CMS, my partner would be stabilizing. So generally the best way to stabilize is one hand under, one hand helping support the foot. Obviously that would change a little bit if my patient's foot is pointing this way instead of straight up and down like it should. That's going to change how you stabilize that extremity. Now, if my patient does not have CMS in that foot, I have one opportunity to move it from the position it's in to the position of anatomy and function. If you do that, please warn your patient it's going to hurt a lot for them, but it's better than losing their foot. So my partner is stabilizing this. Now I'm going to splint this. To splint an ankle, you need one standard hospital pillow, and then either a couple rolls of ace bandage or some 3-inch tape. I personally prefer the 3-inch tape, but you can do it either way. So what we're going to do is I'm going to have my partner who is stabilizing lift that up, and we're going to put their foot right in the middle of my pillow there. Now, the person who is stabilizing is going to take and just wrap that pillow around that. Not too tight, remember, there's going to be swelling, there's going to be pain, so you're not crushing their foot. We're just going to wrap this around their foot and ankle like a nice protective barrier. Now we're going to take our wraps, and this is where I prefer the 3-inch tape, because you can just put tape across, tape down here, and you're good to go, but you can use the wraps just as well. And we are going to wrap this way, thus immobilizing the lower leg. And then we're going to take one around the bottom of the foot here. I like to give it an extra wrap here just to help make sure that it's going to stay in place. Now, our patient's foot can't move any direction. The pillow is help hold it in place. And the beautiful thing about the pillow splint is it pads beneath the foot. So we don't just rest their foot right on the cot. There's some padding there. It helps pad it from other bumps and stuff as we're moving our patient around. Last step, anytime we immobilize something, we're going to recheck CMS. I'm going to reach in there, Still got a pulse. Wiggle your toes for me. Which toe do I have? Assuming our CMS is exactly the same as it was before. We are now done, and we can package our patient for transport.